Yo, what's going on, Philadelphia Eagles fans? It's your boy Philly Day One. Before we get into any topics, happy birthday to Ike Reese. It's his birthday today, y'all. This Thursday, yes. Ike Reese's birthday, man. Happy birthday, Ike Reese. We're gonna get into some topics. One of the topics in which the edge rusher thing. I know everybody is talking about who we gonna have rush the passer. We do need to make a trade. Nobody was expecting Darius Smith to just up out of nowhere and retire. So we feel like we're voided at edge rusher, and we really need somebody to come in. And a lot of people have been hitting at the idea of Brandon Graham coming back. Um, and in Brandon Graham coming back, knowing that he can be very good for this defense, he had a whole lot of juice left. Outside of the torn the torn tricep, he had a whole lot of good rushes left out of him. It'll be only how he would like to come back, or if he would like to come back. Jason Kelsey talked about that as far as our edge rusher situation and what he think that Brandon Graham should do. We got that video, and we're gonna talk about it. Outside of that, we got Greg Cosell talked about offensive line performance. Last video I talked about Jordan Mailata. We seen the video where Jordan Mailata said that they were playing poor. He didn't say poor, but he said that they wasn't playing to their standard. And we've seen the games, it's poor. So we've seen a really good rushes against the Giants. We didn't stick with it, much, but we did see good rushes with the Giants. So they just saying fit the jobs. And Greg Cosell will talk about that, about the offensive line play and what that does. While we're speaking of the offensive line play and the offense, we also got a video from Saquon Barkley. Somebody, I don't know if it's Ross Tucker or I'm not sure if it's Ross Tucker, but somebody was talking to Saquon Barkley because he ain't the only one reading. AJ Brown ain't the only one reading. Saquon Barkley is also reading as well. And he talked about the book that he's reading that's keeping him grounded. So let's get into it. All right, man. Let's first talk about Quinyon Mitchell almost being ready. That's going to be big for us because if you look on the depth chart, I didn't know Jordan Davis was even on there. We got Zach Bond, we got Jordan Davis, we got Quinyon Mitchell. All of them was full participants and Thursday's practice. We had limited participants was Landon Dickerson and Jalen Carter was limited participants in Thursday's practice. Hopefully they still got a couple of days, man, to get it together. They got tomorrow, they got Saturday, and then then they got Sunday. So they still got time to be able to play. But outside of that, Carson Wentz might be the starting quarterback for the Vikings. Not only seeing Carson Wentz as somebody who used to play for the Philadelphia Eagles, somebody we drafted here, very notable. People we know him. You know what I'm saying? Outside of that, we got Isaiah Rodgers, who's also on that Minnesota Vikings team, and he had a really good game, maybe 2 games ago, where he had an interception, a fumble, and he had a touchdown. He had, well, them aren't the exact stats, but he had a really big game. And I think after that, a lot of people was just like, man, we shouldn't let him go. Nobody really wanted to let him go, man. I think we wanted to try to see what this young team, the Keely Ringos and whatnot, could bring, and and they're on rookie contracts and stuff like that. So we wanted to see if we can develop those guys, and me myself keeping one of them guys, Isaiah Rodgers or Slay. I just think one of them. We keep one of them, and we didn't do that. I figured that we was gonna let both of them go, but we didn't do that at all. So now we're in this situation where we're rocking with Adoree Jackson, and Quinyon Mitchell has been pretty lights out on his side, but we still got that hole with Adoree Jackson. So we're going to get into the talks, and we're going to see the video of Jason Kelce talking Brandon Graham maybe coming back. Let's look at it.
They've been banged up on the edge. They've been banged up with Nolan Smith, and I think that they would benefit from having his physicality and the way he plays defensive end on the field. I think, and then outside of that, I only want Brandon Graham to play football if he wants to play football. And I don't think when he retired, he fully wanted to stop playing football.
Bingo.
That's the thing that comes down to me. Like, I think when I heard a lot of the answers and I talked to some people and it felt like he got convinced like it was time to hang it up. And I don't think that that's ever the right way to do it. And I think that in Brandon, and I don't know this, I think at the end of the day, if Brandon in his heart wants to come back, I think the Eagles should damn sure give him that opportunity because they need that. And I think that if that's where he's at mentally, I don't think there's any question that, that opportunity is gone. And once it's gone, it's over. And, I would hope that he would entertain that opportunity if that's in his heart.
Yeah. So Brandon Graham, I don't think he has made peace with him not playing football. I think he still really wants to play football. But he has a lot of stuff lined up. He said on his show, everybody's talking about him coming back, him wanting to play, all these other things, but he's put so much stuff in motion that he would pretty much be abandoning all of that stuff just to play football. And I don't, as much as I want him to come back, I kind of don't want to be selfish and make him shut down his whole life just to come in for maybe 10 snaps out of a game. Because he could be very, very productive with 10 snaps a game. But I just don't want that for Brandon Graham, man. Like I said, I would love for him to come back, and I think that he can be productive playing. And he would have to shut his whole life down. Everything that he's built, he's got contracts with I want to say NBC or something like that. It was one of those sports networks where he's commentating and stuff like that, and he's got contracts. He's trying to venture into doing that stuff. He will probably shut down all of that stuff just to come play football for us, man. And I hope it don't get to that point. Hopefully we can find our stride and we won't need Brandon Graham to shut nothing down to come and play for us, to save us, so to speak. So let's get into the next topic, man. Saquon Barkley. We found out Saquon Barkley is reading the book, and we can get off of AJ reading the book now because Saquon Barkley is also reading the book to keep himself grounded. And this is what he said about it.
What's the best advice you've gotten this year? Because we've seen the history of teams trying to defend a Super Bowl champion, even though you guys say you're not defending, but it's so hard. The NFL's built on parity. The NFL doesn't want you to win again. They want every team to have a shot. So what is the best advice you've gotten from some of these great running backs?
A lot. I can't really pick one. They all give great advice, and especially about what to see on the field, how to approach the game, how to approach life. They've been super helpful. But it's probably because I just read it again. But the Chop Wood Carry Water book, just fall in love again in the process. You can lose sight of that, and that's what I gotta get back to, is just fall in love with the process and being detailed in every little thing that I can do, and getting back to playing the kind of football that I know how to play.
Yeah, I think everybody needs something. Like Devontae Smith said, everybody approaches this game or approaches the pressure of this game and how they do situations differently. And him focusing on the details and all that stuff keeps him grounded, keeps him sane, so to speak, because everybody want to make plays, all that. And when things are going bad, how you respond kind of makes you into that team you become. So we still got time, guys, man. But let me get into this last topic, man, where Greg Cosell kind of breaks down the offensive play, the offensive line play. Let's go into that video.
The O-line has been poor. I say that honestly based on tape study. Not just, hey, not as good, but poor. The D-line has not been able to rush the quarterback at all. So now you have two areas in which they were outstanding a year ago that are lower in the league this year. So the question that I keep thinking about is, can the Eagles only win one way? Because to be a really top offense, Ross, and I think you would agree, you've got to be able to win multiple ways, because every week is a different week in the NFL. And I think that's the question that they have to figure out and answer. Can they win multiple ways? Can they win if the run game is not the driving force? And I'm not going to sit here and say they can or can't. I don't know for sure. But they're going to have to figure that out, because right now the pass game is not very good. And is it the quarterback? Is it the scheming? It's probably a lot of things. It is never one thing, but it's clearly an issue.
Yeah, this is redemption. You know, they have been playing under, not the standard. And Joe Mulata said it. So we understand that. Now we figure out how we get better. What do we do to get better? And that's what's going to make us later on in this season. We still have a bye coming up. We had this mini bye, which is much needed. And for guys to get healthy and stuff like that. But I think we need a full bye for guys to get healthy. Mainly Landon Dickerson, because I don't want him playing unless he's at least 90% ready. You know what I'm saying? Because it's tearing up the line of scrimmage. So that's all I got for you guys. Like, comment, subscribe, and turn those post notifications on so you'll miss no video. And we out. Let's go Birds.